Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. Man, they had a scare up there in Cincinnati. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the Scoreboard Keepers. You're around here, we'll keep the seats. We keep the score. So you want to get on the board, make your point. If it makes sense, we'll add it to the board. If it don't, we won't. Scoreboard Keepers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. I am your host, The Ref, where I keep you up to score in everything sports, hip-hop, and hot topics. And damn it, we got a hot one today. Woo, they had a scare up there in Cincinnati, ladies and gentlemen. Bengals star wide receiver Marr Chase said he is fine after suffering a left knee injury that cut his practice short on Tuesday. Chase was attempting to haul in a deep pass down the right sideline when the injury occurred. After a few anxious moments, the Bengals star climbed back to his feet and limped off under his own power. He was then briefly evaluated by head trainer Matt Summers before returning to the sidelines to watch the remainder of practice with the rest of his team. The two-time All-Pro receiver said the injury is considered a hyperextension, but not very serious. Chase went on to say, "I was trying to go to practice today." Chase said, "I was trying to get back in. Trust me, y'all." Chase said, "It'll be up to others inside the building to see how much work he does during the rest of the preseason." So listen, y'all know how I feel about this. I've said it several times. I've said it several times on here that I don't understand why these NFL teams are ramping up their players during the final week of the preseason. I don't understand. If I was a coach in the NFL, you can best believe, and if you look right, this looks nasty. The way he's coming down is great coverage by the defensive back, but the way he comes down on that leg, if he wasn't a nimble guy and probably stressed out, that could have been ugly. That could have been nasty. That could have been very, very nasty. Take a look at this. That thing is stuck in the ground. Listen, you guys already know how I feel about NFL players in the final week of the preseason. I want to see my starters in the very first preseason game simply because of situations like this right here. If this happens in the first week of preseason, I have like 3 weeks to rest my player for the regular season. But when this happens on the final week of the preseason and you're going into week 1, you want to make sure that this guy is completely 100% healthy. Why? I mean, look at this. This is the final week of preseason. I don't want to see Marr Chase. I already know what he's going to give me on week 1. I want to see all my free agents, unrestricted. I want to see my rookies. I want to see people that's on the bubble. Why in the hell I want to see Marr Chase running down the sidelines in practice like this? I'm about to get that for 17 weeks. Man, he wouldn't see no more work until week 1. His helmet and shorts for him until week 1. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I try my best to understand it, and it's the same thing is going on all around the league. These teams that we haven't seen starters for the first couple of weeks are now all of a sudden you want to be playing in the final preseason game? No, I want to be able to make sure that I'm keeping the right people on my roster for the final preseason game. I already know what I'm getting out of my starters. And they would have saw 1 quarter of work in the first preseason game, and that would have been it. Why are they sitting around for 2-3 weeks during preseason, and I expect them to ramp it up for game 1 in the final preseason of the game, of the year, of the season? Why? Why are you pushing your starters out there in the final preseason game when you have decisions to make with players that's on the bubble, that's on your roster? Some just came in this week. They need to be seeing all 4 quarters of that game. My final preseason game would be all people on the bubble, rookies, unrestricted free agents, everybody. There's no way in the world that that Marr Chase for me is getting these kind of reps in practice. For what? No. Go work on the jug machine over there. I'll see you when you line up against Jalen Ramsey. And ain't no way in the world I'm putting myself in this position, man. These people absolutely dodged the bullet. They absolutely dodged the bullet because that one little play right there, and they were saying that the announcer for the Cincinnati Bengals almost fainted when it happened. He almost fainted. That's how much fear he instilled in them when he went down. I'm pretty sure they're going to do, they're going to look at that leg. They're probably going to do an MRI on it, an MRI, just to make sure he's okay. Because I'm just telling you, man, this guy's a limber guy, and it just looks nasty. Like right there, like man, that's a hyperextension. Minor one, but it's a hyperextension. For somebody that probably shouldn't have had any business being out there. Man, listen, I'm just saying what I would do. If this were me, if this was myself and the ref and this was my team and I'm the head coach, I would have already seen my starters in the first preseason game. I don't need to see them the rest of the preseason. I have decisions to make on players that could possibly help me get over the hump and get to that Lombardi. And I got to make sure that I'm keeping the right talent. If you're playing your starters in that last game, then you essentially already have your mind made up on who you're keeping and who you're not when it comes down to these people on the bubble trying to make the roster. I don't agree with that because I think it takes a complete 4 quarters. Some of these guys you want to see in a complete game. You can't just see them in these little bottle moments, these little moments of lightning in a bottle. You need to see the full package of these guys just to make sure. You want to be very sure that the people that you're going to keep on that 53-man roster can play on the next level. And you do it by allowing guys like this, the veterans, to just go over to the sidelines, man, just rest. Just rest up. Practice. But he don't need to be doing that. He's going to be doing enough of that for 17 games. He needs all the rest he's going to get. The weather's going to change soon. Come on. This is Marr Chase. You already know what you're getting from him. He knows damn well they ain't going to see the field. He ain't going to see the field no more. He already knows. He said it's up to the people in the building. Yeah, you already know what they're going to do to you, buddy. You're going to be sidelined. You're out there competing at a very high level. They already know your competitive edge. Like I said, if that were me, you would not have been out there. And I would have been totally avoiding this kind of situation. I don't need to see you. I need to see your backup. I need to know if something like this were to happen and you got to come out for a play or two, I want to know that the guy behind you can come in there and do the damn job. I don't need you out there. You got to be kidding me. And now everybody's up there holding their breath. They want to make sure. Got to look in that leg, make sure there ain't no damage because, I mean, the dude's a specimen. So, he may be, you don't even know. He could be hurt and not even really feel it. Or maybe he won't feel it until the next day. You know how those things go. You wake up tomorrow and your knee is big as a balloon. I don't know. Guys, listen, Cincinnati Bengals fans, get down below in the comments. Let me know what's going on up there. How do you guys feel about this? I don't think he should have been in there. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care if it's practice, whatever. I need to see the guys I'm going to be keeping on the roster more than I need to see Marr Chase. So let me know down below how you guys feel about it. If you haven't already done so, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thumb up the video. Share it with somebody. Marr Chase, we wish you the best, man. We hope you have a great season in the AFC North. I hope you're 100% healthy. I can guarantee you that you won't be seeing that field no more until week 1 if you're all clear with this, with this thing that just happened to you. So, it is what it is, man. Ladies and gentlemen, until the next episode of the Scoreboard Keepers, I am your host, the Ref. Score. God bless and peace. See you on the next episode.